What's going on, people? I'm gonna start this new YouTube channel. New to YouTube, not really fond of talking into my damn phone, staring at a camera. This channel is gonna be a little bit about the trucking community. I'm currently starting an adventure with a very hated on company. I need to find out for myself if it's on the up and up. If you can actually make money here. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm not going to bullshit. I'm going to keep it real with everybody. Any questions that you may have, please leave in the comments. I will answer all of them. It may take me a little bit, obviously, because I'm working. The company is Hurricane Express. Now, I've been driving for, maybe in between, and it's hard to verify all my experience. I've been driving since 2007. So, I took some time off here and there in between. That doesn't really matter. So, I would say my experience driving the truck accident-free in between 17 and 20 years. I apologize if I keep saying a lot. I really don't know what to say when it comes to talking to a camera. Bear with me, please, people. Where was I? I lost my damn train of thought. See, that got me all messed up. 17, 20 years experience, accident-free. I've been an owner-operator numerous times. I've owned my own truck, had my own authority, all that good stuff. Regret letting it go and then taking time off because I got sick of the road and the BS. So Hurricane Express. What I can tell you so far, trucks are governed at 66 miles per hour, which is fine. If you've been an owner-operator before, you know that fuel mileage is important. A lot of these guys out here on the road, oh, how fast the truck? Oh, will it do 70, 75? When I was an owner-op and I was, paying for everything out of my own damn pocket, out of my own accounts, maintenance and all that shit, in the beginning I used to run 75, 80, and then, man, when that shit hits your pocket, you tend to slow it down a little bit. So, yeah, 66 miles an hour, it's not all that bad. I'm just going to be honest with you. The guy running 75 miles an hour is only going to make it a few more miles up the road, more than you. It's kind of hard to cover a lot of ground on E-logs. However, when I was an owner-op, I ain't gonna sit here and say I did everything by the book, because I had an E-log that I could modify and I could delete shit and make it look like, if I ran 11 hours or whatnot, I could just change the date that I picked up, and then, I'm not gonna get into all that though. But running like that isn't fun. It wears you out, tiring. Like all of us, we all have family, friends, most importantly, family, kids that we need to take care of. You want to get home safe. I got a clean PSP, clean deck. Like I said, accident-free. God knows how many miles I have under my belt. It's got to be a couple million easily. So back to Hurricane Express. Like I said, trucks are governed at 66, 70 on the pedal. My truck will do 75 on the pedal. That's because I have over 10 years experience. As far as equipment goes, the trucks are nice. I'm not going to sit here and BS you. I mean, what you see on the outside is just as nice on the inside. I mean, right now, my truck is a mess because I'm, sorting things out, dirty laundry and all shit like that. But I'm in the truck right now, and I can show you easily. Okay, you got your wood cabinets. You got your flat screen TV. You got your refrigerator. The APU works magnificently. Like, I use that thing religiously. You got your microwave up there. As you can see, more cabinets up here. There's plenty of room, plenty of space. I am in a 579 Pete right now. I am currently waiting for my 389. I am going to be going the 389 route. Now, I did research on Hurricane Express for roughly 3 years. I've read all the bad comments. Okay, I've seen it all. I've, heard the good. I've talked to drivers before I came here. I've talked to many drivers since I've been here that shit. Just the other day, one guy, I was literally 2 days ago, was at the yard relaying a load, which I'll get to in a minute. The relays, I'll get to that in a minute. One guy, he's been here a week, and he happened to get a truck that wasn't, it looks good on the outside, but it was having issues. It kept, degenerating, basically, I guess what they call it, where, the DPF system was having so many issues, and it, it just wasn't, he only did 400, he said he only did 400 miles in a week. I find that hard to believe. I'll get to all that in a minute too. But 400 miles in a week means your ass was, shit. If you only did 400 miles in a week, that means you ain't make it far from the yard where they do all the mechanical work, which I will get to, because that's one of the biggest things that people talk about is, they won't let us get work done outside shops. They only want to get the work done at the yard. Don't fall for the social media bullshit. I'm going to keep it 100% real with you guys. Yes, I do work here currently at the moment. But I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for the company. I'm going to tell you the good, and I'm going to tell you the bad. I'm going to keep it just like they do. Now, mind you, a lot of people say they call Hurricane, and I'm sorry if I'm jumping around a little bit, but there's a lot of topics when it comes to Hurricane Express. A lot of people say, oh, well, they won't give us any information online, which I literally just saw a couple comments like that today. They won't tell us, well, what's the cost of this and what's the cost of that. And another big one is, when you sign the contract, it says rent. Okay. I'll get to that too. But anyway, back to that guy, he was here for a week. He only did 400 miles. He was in the back of the yard, and he quit. I mean, shit. If you were having that bad of an issue with the truck, and you made it back to the yard, it's trucking. Fuck, we've all been there. We've all, they hire only experienced drivers, and I think you got to be minimum of anywhere between the ages of 29 and 35 years old. I think 29 is the minimum. And, they do a quick little road test just to make sure you know how to drive at 18 speed. And the way they tell you in orientation how they want you to drive the truck, granted, you can drive the 18 speed like an 18 speed. I learned something new when I got here. They want you to drive it like a straight 9. Okay, they want you to take off in the granny gear. Why? Because the loads are heavy as shit. However, you're allowed 14.2 on the steers. They have a permit, and the weigh stations don't even fuck with you. Because of all the stuff that they have in the trucks, you can run 14.2 on the steers. Somebody, people are going to complain a bitch about that, all that good stuff. That's fine. Whatever. There's a lot of drivers out here that, and I'm sure some of you watching this, there's a lot of drivers out here that just fucking cry about everything. I'm sorry for my language, but I'm a truck driver. It is what it is. But some drivers just want to cry and bitch about everything, man. They don't want to work for shit. They want everything given to them. Like my man that quit in a week. They're big on their equipment. They got plenty of trucks, okay? One thing I say about the owner, Caden, I haven't had the pleasure to meet him yet. I've seen him a couple times. He's a very busy man. But he will interact with drivers from time to time. Well, most of the time, whenever he has time to do so. You gotta understand, this man still comes in on the weekend and drives. You don't see a lot of owners that do that shit. You know what I mean? He drives his own truck. That big orange 2. If you go on their website or go on their Facebook page and you see him standing in front of that big ass orange fucking 389, a stretched out 389. I think it's badass, man. He drives that shit all the time. But back to the dude, man. If you're having such bullshit luck with a truck, they're not gonna let you fucking sit, dude. My truck has been in the shop twice. I've been here a week. Well, almost 2 weeks now. And my truck was out the shop in 2 or 3 hours. No big deal. You call maintenance, they answer the phone immediately. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the yard, if you need something done, they're not going to fucking hold your hand. You know what I mean? If something's wrong with the truck, go to the damn thing, write it up, and give it to the lady, and she tells you straight up, hey, I mean, shit, I wrote up my truck at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They leave like 4:35, 5:30, the latest probably. But they will stay there and work on your truck to get your ass rolling. If you go in too late, then yeah, they're probably going to wait till the next day. But best believe they're going to wake your ass up in the morning if you ain't already up, and your ass is going to be in the shop. They're going to get it done. They're going to get it worked on. They got tons of mechanics. They got tons of shit that they, you know what I mean, they know what they're doing when it comes to this equipment. So my message to my man that quit in a week, you should have just said, hey, look, man, this truck is a hunk of shit. I only been here a week. I need to make some money. Just put me in another truck. They would have did it. They got plenty of fucking trucks with open seats because there's so many drivers that come here and they just, they want everything given to them. You know what I mean? Like, they just quit right away. You got to give it time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tell you from the rip when you first come in orientation, yo, you don't have to. You go home anytime you want. I will say that. They tell you that too. I've been home twice already. Just stopped through because, I live in Vegas and we go to Vegas all the time. But, they flew me to orientation. I didn't have any of my stuff with me. So I was like, hey, look, I need to get home to get my stuff. They got me a load. My first load went to Vegas. They do now, mind you, yeah, I picked up a Tyson load. I sat for, 16 hours or whatnot. But I was fresh out of orientation. They threw the load on me late as shit. So really 16 hours, really they end up really being nothing but 6 hours. Because, when I got in my truck, after I did my inspection with the girl, the real nice girl that works at Hurricane, she works in the safety department. She documents all the damage if there is any damage. You go over it like a fine tooth comb, whatever the fuck they said. Went over the truck and shit. I had a load right away. It's like, goddamn, I ain't even set up yet. Cool though, whatever. I went and picked up my first load. I picked up an empty trailer from the yard. Yeah, before I picked up the Tyson load, I picked up an empty trailer from the yard, dropped it 30 miles away, bobtailed back to the yard, paid for all my miles. Waited till next morning. Then they gave me the fucking Tyson load. After they gave me the load, I took a trailer that was 11 miles away from where I was picking up the Tyson load. They said, hey, drop this trailer here first and then shoot over to Tyson, pick up the load. It should be preloaded. Tyson, if you ever done refrigerated, Tyson is Tyson. I'm not going to kick their back in because it's one of our customers, and customer service comes first. God forbid somebody on here, from Tyson or whatever, won't fuck nothing up. So, but it happens. It is what it is. It's trucking. That's the biggest thing I try to explain to people. It's trucking, okay? And shit happens. You're not always going to have a perfect day. It's not going to be all, sunshine, fucking roses all the time. You know what I mean? You're going to get up and most of your day is going to be gone because you're loading and unloading. Cool, it happens. Make up for it the next day. But once you get that load, get your ass rolling, you know what I mean? Do your 10, 11, whatever. I normally, typically, I'll run 10 hard, and then that last hour, I'm looking for somewhere to park. So, you know, I get to Tyson, I dropped the trailer, then went over to Tyson and said the load wasn't ready, should be ready around 4 a.m. All right, well, I'm not going to be ready at 4 a.m. So, but they were like, that's fine, you would just, you know, they had plenty of parking. They were like, yeah, you know, showers are free and all that good stuff, and you know, they're real nice people, whatnot. You know, cool. Take my break. My break was up at like 6 a.m. And shit, as I was waking up, my dispatcher hits me up, or DM, that's what they call him, driver manager, hit me up. Hey, your load is ready. Cool, not a problem. Now I did lose a little time because I didn't know we were allowed to run 14 plus on our steers. So when I was scaled out, I'm like, fuck, the load is like, it's crazy. And then I found out the hard way because it was the weekend. I'll get to that too. You know, the weekend, and you know, communication ain't all that great. Let's just say that on the weekends. They will have a dispatcher that works during the week. One works 5 hours, and then somebody else comes in and works another 5 hours. Then you got, and that's on a Saturday, and then you got the fucking 2 nighttime guys trying to manage the whole fleet. And I'm just gonna. I told you, I promised you, I'd keep it real with you, and they need some attention on. They need some attention on that area, because it's like any other company, man. Nighttime dispatch is shit. All right, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. All right, or it's not that they don't know what they're doing, but they're so goddamn busy they forget. It happens when you have 2 people trying to run 350 fucking trucks. You know what I mean? Like, you know. And you got phone call after phone call after phone call coming in, you're going to lose some shit. You know what I mean? So, it's trucking. It happens. Deal with it. Don't cry about it. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them drivers that want to call my fucking dispatcher every... I don't know. Jesus Christ. I'm not one of them... You know, I don't want to call my dispatcher. Me and him text more than anything. Only time I'll call him is if I'm driving. And you know, I don't want to text while I'm driving, because they do have the cameras that face in and out, so you don't want to, you know, get on safety's radar. You want to stay the fuck away from safety. Don't cry about the cameras, people. They're not worried about you, what the fuck you doing, if you're jerking your shit in the truck or playing with yourself or whatever the hell, or they don't give a shit what you're doing when you're not driving. They're not watching you. They don't care. And you have privacy curtains that can cover the fucking thing. You know, if you want to change your clothes or whatever. I only use these. I only use these right here. You know, those are the ones I use. I don't even use the front ones. You know, only time I'll use them is in the summertime. It's extremely hot, and I want to keep the heat down. But this APU, I'm telling you, is something else. I've had plenty of APUs that I've never had one that blows out this hard. But back to equipment. Equipment's great. I'm not a fan of the Bendix system. I hate it. It drives me nuts. I curse it out daily, hourly, multiple times. I get great fuel mileage. I'm not complaining about doing 66. Yeah, it can be boring. There's a fucking music on, podcast or some shit. That's what I do. I listen to sports shit and I don't even think about it. I just drive. You know, we run 40 a lot. Right now I'm in Phoenix. So I'm off for 10. One more delivery tomorrow. Very interesting. 3 prisons I delivered to. Those are fun. They tend to be in the middle of nowhere like these are. They're federal prisons on top of that. But nonetheless, you know what I mean? Drop the shit off tomorrow, and then I shoot over to LA and pick up a fucking fresh seafood load. Probably spend most of my day in LA tomorrow. Probably shut down in Ontario. And once I'm loaded, you know, hit the road, go. Adios. Back to the East Coast. You know what I mean? So my first week here I ran, and I don't even feel like I ran this shit, man. I ran 3,200 miles. I'll get my first check next Wednesday. Get paid every Wednesday. They run the shit out of you. My first shit. Even my load going to Vegas, I swapped with another driver because of my delay at Tyson. He ended up taking that load to Vegas. They swapped me with another guy, and then I took that load to Vegas. I was still able to get home. Cool. No big deal. 2 deliveries in Vegas, 1 over in fucking California. Banged them out. Picked up a load down in San Diego, tomatoes. Ended up doing a fucking reset because of my orientation. That kind of screwed me last week. So I didn't have really much of a recap. End up coming back to Arkansas, dropping it at the yard, and then got the truck worked on again. It was nothing major. It was a stupid tire sensor, some tire pressure sensor thing. They ended up changing the whole tire because the fucking sensor wasn't programmed. And then now it's doing some other shit. Now it's telling me my fucking steer tire's flat. I just check it manually with my tire gauge. It's good to go. I'll get it fixed next time I'm at the yard. It's no big deal. No major breakdowns. It's breaking me down. I have a beautiful truck. It's temporary. 90 days. Now, they told me I'll probably be getting my 389 once the new ones come in. Now, that may be a month from now. If they can get me in one earlier, they will. It's $1,000 down. And then it's $2,000 deducted out of your pay, but they break it up in small payments. It's not all at once. You barely notice the shit's missing. Transition bonus. Another important thing. You know, people complain about, oh, well, you know, you don't get a check for 2 weeks. Dude, they give you $1,350 from the jump. Well, they give you $400 right away after orientation. Then they give you $1,350. And then they give you another $1,350. Or it's $1,300. I think it's $1,300. Or at least I got $1,300. No big deal. Whatever. It's $50. Who gives a shit? So, you know, cool. Whatever. What I will tell you though, if you come to Hurricane and you do it, have your dispatcher give it to you in 2 checks, $650 and $650, or $800 and $500, whatever, doesn't matter. Or shit, $800 and $500, whatever. $800 and $400, whatever. No, $500, right? Well, whatever. I'm tired. Forgive me. Don't. Y'all gonna rip me this shit on that. Anyway, so I had my dispatcher give me $650 and $650. Reason why? Tried to mobile deposit that shit, and my bank won't let me do it for some reason. Went to the truck stop. The limit's $1,000, $999.99. So now I have a check for $1,300 that I'll figure out eventually. I'll get it cash. I guess I gotta go to my fucking branch and do it in person. Whatever. Cool. No big deal. It's trucking. You know, you gotta roll with the punches, man. But I came into this being optimistic, being positive. So far, my experience at Hurricane has been great. They run me. I'm never sitting. I have yet to sit without a load. Only time I sat is when I did my damn reset. That was it. Only time I sat. Even when I was at the yard, I get a load right away. So all the bullshit that you hear online on social media, oh well, I sat for X amount of days, bullshit. If you sat, it's because you're refusing loads. Period. They have so much freight, and they're all good runs. And they don't only go to New York City. Jesus Christ, I wish people would stop saying that. I have yet to see New York City. We go to Tulsa, we come here to Phoenix, we go to Texas, New Mexico, we pick up a lot in California, we go to Vegas. They go all over the fucking place, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ohio, we have a yard up there. They're opening a yard up in Kingman, Arizona, which is nice because it's only 60 miles from my house. But so far, the experience here has been great. There was one dispatcher. you ever have that dispatcher that, you know, is nice to you on the phone, but then when you hang up, or when you're done talking to them, they're all cool, and then when you go to hang up, they talk shit before they hang up, and you can hear them? That happened to me once. Fucking guy named Jeremy or something. I don't know who he is. I don't want to know who he is. I let it slide because I'm new here, but I ain't gonna tolerate that shit. I tell you that right now. I'm not gonna do it. If you guys have any other questions, I mean, the trailers are immaculate. They're brand fucking new. Most of them. There's rarely any old equipment. They're constantly changing from the older equipment to the new equipment. I know right now they're phasing out the 2018 and 2019 trucks. I don't really know what else. I mean, what else to cover? I mean, orientation could have been better in my opinion. There's a lot of information not given. That you kind of, you know, find out just little shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, find out the hard way, you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time too, you're an experienced driver, so use your head. But I can't complain, man. My dispatcher's cool as hell. The people in the office are nice as shit, except for that Jeremy asshole. However, I don't know if he knows I heard him, but he was nice to me on the phone. But I'm not one of them drivers that you're gonna fucking, you know, tell me when to drive. Motherfucker, if I'm tired and I got time, or whatever the case may be, you know, I'm gonna drive when I'm ready to drive. So, what I mean by that, the reason why he called me, so the load that I picked up from San Diego, just real quick, give you a quick rundown. And this is what I was talking about, nighttime dispatch, okay? I picked it up on a Friday. I was running low on my 70. I only had shit, I think, once I got done driving on Friday, then Saturday, I only had like 10 hours or something to run. 10, maybe 11, 12 or something like that. Whatever. My 70 was low. I had shit for a recap. Only got like 2 hours back the next day, and then 5 hours that day after that. So the load was going to Hunts Point Market up in the Bronx, right? Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna make it. Obviously, it's Friday, right? So I hit my dispatch. Did I pick up on Thursday or Friday? I'm not sure. I don't remember. It was one of them. Thursday or Friday. I picked it up. I remember contacting him on. Actually, I picked it up on Thursday. Yeah, because Friday once I got past Flagstaff and I knew I was gonna make it to Amarillo. I hit him. I was like, "Yo, I don't have shit for a recap. Blah blah blah. Yo, this load, I'm not gonna make it on time. So they're gonna relay it. You know, I'm doing my part, communicating. Cool." He was like, "All right. Yeah, we'll relay it. Shoot me a text with your location. Or let night dispatch know. Blah blah blah." And then they should relay it. He was leaving for the day. It was already late in the day. He don't work on that Saturday, so I don't expect him to have to handle it. You know what I mean? So, Saturday, actually no, that night when I shut down in Amarillo, I hit night dispatch. Okay, I text my dispatcher. Okay, so that way there's record of me saying, "Hey, look, I'm at this place, blah blah blah. This load needs to be relayed. It's not gonna be on time." Okay, then boom, I hit night dispatch. Yo, dude's named John, I think. Yeah, John. Yo, same thing, blah blah blah. He's like, "All right, I'll call you back when we got a plan. We're gonna relay it." Cool. All right. Well, Amarillo's fucking 40. You know what I mean? So we got hurricane trucks up and down the highway all throughout the day, all throughout the night. So I'm not gonna sit up and wait up for these motherfuckers to call me. I'm not gonna do their job for them. Okay. So if it's a service failure, it's on them. I did my part, and they can see my hours anyway before I even called them anyway, right? So I park up at the TA. and I'm parked next to 2 other Hurricane trucks. One guy was already doing a relay. So then, all day Saturday goes by. I hit him up again, and they told me the same thing. Oh, well, we'll let you know when we have a plan. Okay, well, my fucking break is up on Sunday, okay? So, as you can see, I got my PlayStation hooked up and shit. So, Call of Duty, all that good stuff. I'm doing it on here. I'm gonna end this video soon, so that way it's not too long for you guys. But like I said, I'll make another video. I'm going to keep making videos as my time goes. But anyway, long story short, Sunday comes around. I go to bed like 3:30 in the fucking morning because, sitting in the truck at a truck stop, even playing the goddamn game, you get bored after a while. Your clock's all fucked up. You take naps and you wake up and blah, 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 shit like that. So, I go to bed like 3:30 in the morning. This motherfucker calls me at 4:48 in the morning. Hey, when you start, planning on starting to run? Well, I just went to sleep an hour ago. So I'm asleep for a couple hours, then I'll get up and go. And my break is over. Well, your break is over now. All right, well, I just went to sleep an hour and a half, like about an hour and a half ago. So I'm going to get some rest before I get behind the wheel of a fucking truck. You know what I mean? The load is already late. You had more than enough time to relay this shit and get it moving. So me moving now and me moving 2 or 3 hours from now ain't going to really make a fucking difference, especially doing 66 miles per hour. Okay? So what I'm going to get, 150 miles down the fucking road? I'm still not going to make it to New York, period. So the shit ain't going to be, it don't matter. I'm not going to make it to New York today, period. So it don't really fucking matter if I start now or if I start later. As long as I still cover ground. Because obviously you don't have a plan. So what he does is, he's like, all right. And he goes to hang up and he's like, oh, this fucking asshole. And I heard him. Now, I was half asleep. I'm not a very nice person when you wake me up. And I almost called him back. I was going to call him back and ask him what the fuck did he say. Because where I'm from, we don't play that shit. All right? I'm from the Philly area. I'm from a place right outside of Philly. And, it's not the best place in the world, put it like that. I was raised in the hood. Not like some people that say that shit on the internet. I was raised in the actual hood. I'm not white. I'm Hispanic. I look white, but I'm not. So, anyway, long story short, then this is where the communication is fucked up. So, he was too busy being pissed off and hangs up the phone instead of telling me what the plan is. So when I get up, now mind you, I got up, it was like 9:30 in the morning. I get up and ready to start running. Fuck it, I got enough sleep. I call him up. Somebody else answers. I'm like, yo, I talked to some dude earlier. What's the plan? He's like, oh yeah, you're bringing this to the yard and dropping it at the yard. There's going to be a driver here waiting for it. Well, where's the fucking communication? Nobody told me nothing. How am I supposed to know? If I didn't call in, I'd have kept driving. I'd have went right past the goddamn terminal, because the fucking terminal from Amarillo is only like 427 miles. You know what I mean? So once I would have passed Oklahoma City, I would have kept going east. And then the driver would have been sitting there waiting for me to bring him this load, but nobody told me shit. So I would say that's something they definitely need to work on. But as far as driver comfort, truck is comfortable. The people are great. The loads are great. I'll let you guys know how my first check is. I don't care about showing y'all deductions, all that shit. I ain't got nothing to hide, whatever. I don't give a fuck. And I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. So far, my take on the Hurricane experience, I like it so far. It's cool. It's kind of like, they don't really hound you. I guess it depends on your DM. Me and my dispatcher have an agreement. Look, I work better off text message. I'll text him. If he don't get back to me right away, I know he will in the next 30 minutes. So, cool. It is what it is. No big deal. It's trucking. I know he's busy. He's got like 30, 40 trucks under him or whatnot. And I think another dispatcher just quit. So he's probably got more trucks than that now. They're trying to figure that shit out. So, anyway, I don't know what I'm naming this channel yet. Trucking with Mike, I guess. I'm Mike. questions, comments, concerns, whatever, I will answer them. If I don't know the answer, I will find the fucking answer and I will put a video up on it, whether it be a long one or a short one. This is at 35 minutes so far. Please leave comments, like, subscribe, whatever. I'm just doing this shit to inform my brothers and sisters out here that maybe are thinking about joining Hurricane Express. Whatever the case may be. You can also check out my guy, I think his name is G-Dog. If you Google, I mean not Google, but if you go on YouTube and you type in Hurricane Express reviews, his videos will pop up. I'm hoping mine will too. So far I love it here. Can't complain. They keep it real with you. Like I'm gonna keep it real with you. They're not a perfect company. No company is. Give them a chance. I don't think you'll regret it. Don't believe the hype and all the bullshit, all the negative shit that you see online. Find out for yourself, man. You got to make it your own experience. You got to stay positive and get the money. Because, yo, there's like 8 drivers real quick that just made like $3,000 in a week. Like, they all, like, anywhere between $2,100 and $3,000 for the week. So the money's here, but you just got to work for it. So don't believe the social media bullshit, man. Listen to the drivers that are actually here. They're going to give you the right information. I'll go over the whole contract thing with you and why it says rental instead of, you know, you're buying it and blah, blah, blah. I can go over that real quick. It has to do with the state law of Oklahoma. You cannot, what it is they can't, I'll find the legal terms for you guys, but they can't put it on paper that you're an owner-operator or a lease purchase driver. They have to put it as renter. It's something to do with the legality of it or whatnot. So, yeah. So, but it's straightforward, man. I'll show you guys the contract too if you want. It's no big deal. No, you know, big to do. So, questions, comments, concerns, hit me up. Let me know. I'll leave. Shit, I don't even know how to fucking upload a video on YouTube yet. So, bear with me. If I figure it all out and I figure out how to leave my email in the description and all that, I'll do so. If not, I'll give it to you guys on the next video. Be safe out there. You know, don't worry about finding a better job, man. Focus on the one you got. Okay? And if you're not happy and you want to be happy and you want to drive a truck and you want decent miles and you want to get paid fairly for it, I would say come to Hurricane. My opinion. Find out for yourself. You got to make it your own experience. I love it here. My family loves it here. I have no complaints. I have a couple, obviously, but I don't have any major complaints. I mean, it's nothing to any other. I mean, shit, we've all been in worse. If you're an experienced driver, you've experienced worse. Anyway, we're going to end this here. Holla at me, hit me up, let me know. I'll try to answer as many comments as I can if I'm not driving. I'm out.